Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga by the Window. My name is Claudia. Today we are doing a simple stretch flow. So there is no flow per se, no vinyasa. We're simply moving from stretch to stretch. So you don't need anything, maybe just something soft for under your knees. God has blessed us with this time together, so let's begin. We're beginning in the center of our mat with some side stretches. So cross your ankles, reach your fingertips to the sun, and then guide yourself over to your right side, right palm on the ground, perhaps your right forearm, and reach your left hand over your head. Perhaps shift your gaze to your left armpit, your left fingertips, your left knee, or the ground. If you'd like to open your heart a bit more, place your left hand along the back side of your head and really push your left elbow away from your nose. Remember to breathe in through your nose, out of your mouth. With each exhale, your left elbow moves further from your left knee. And with each exhale, the curve that you're creating with your torso becomes a bit more pronounced. Slowly stack your heart on top of your hips, your gaze to center. Take a deep breath in through your nose, cross your ankles in the opposite way that it was before, and then slide your left palm out on the mat beside you, reaching your right hand over your head. Again, if you want a deeper stretch, a deeper heart opener and twist, place your right hand behind your head. As you breathe in, your right elbow moves further away from your right knee naturally without pressure. And with each exhale, your curve of your right torso becomes more pronounced. Slowly stack your heart on top of your hips. Take a moment to just wiggle out that stretch. Then place your palms over to your left side, guiding into tabletop position, where we'll be moving into cat and cow. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your elbows, guiding your nose towards the sky, curving your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your nose to your chest, straighten your elbows. Inhale, bend your elbows, reaching your nose towards the sun. And exhale, nose towards your chest, straightening out your elbows. You're going to move with this at your own pace now. I'm not going to guide you through, but we will meet at the end. Settle your spine and guide yourself onto your right hip with your right arm behind you, moving into scorpion stretch. So perhaps bend your elbows into sort of a goalpost and place your knees on top of one another. If you've been with me for a while, you know that we do this stretch quite often. So perhaps you take your left toes behind your right knee, twisting a bit into this pec stretch. If they weren't already, stack your knees, press into your left palm, and guide yourself still onto your right side. But this time, place your right elbow on the mat, stacking your left forearm on top of your right. I'm just twisting around so you can see this stretch, but you're going to remain on your right side. This is stretching our deltoids, which is really wonderful for side sleepers and anyone who just obviously does a lot of shoulder exercises and things. So rest your head on your right bicep and breathe. Slowly release that push, guiding your hands onto the mat, through tabletop position, and onto your left side with your left hand behind you. Again, keep your left hand straight or bent like a goalpost. Stack your knees or place the ball of your right foot behind your left in scorpion pose. Stack your knees if they weren't already, pressing into your right palm and guiding your left hand underneath you. So now we're stretching our left delt. So stack your right arm on top of your left, your right elbow gently pushing into the top of your left hand, resting your head on your left bicep. Inhale. Exhale, release your left delt. Just allow this stretch to occur. There's not much pressure that you're implementing. It's really just a gentle release and allowance of flexibility. Slowly release your stacked arms, guiding yourself through tabletop position. Widen your knees wider than your hips and guide your hips towards your heels in child's position. You can remain with your hands out in front of you in a classic child's pose, or if you want to release your traps, place your hands behind you, reaching towards your toes. In this position, fully release your shoulders. They will hunch forward, and that's okay. You want to just create space in your back body. If you'd like to place a pillow or a block underneath your forehead, that will just create a little bit more space in your chin if it's a little bit difficult to breathe with your forehead or nose on the mat. But otherwise, breathe in through your nose, out of your mouth, and as you do so, feel the space expand in your back. If they weren't already, reach your fingertips out in front of you, guiding yourself through tabletop position into a low lunge on your right side. In low lunge, reach your fingertips up towards the sun. Take a deep breath. Place your hands on the inside of your right foot. Straighten out your right leg, moving towards your left heel, and sweep your right toes to the sides and backwards to meet your left ankle in cobra pose. You might just want to watch this first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really fun. Guide your hips to meet your ankles in child's pose for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, move forward into tabletop position. Step your left foot to the outside of your left palm. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the sun in low lunge. And then place your palms on the inside of your left foot, drawing your hips back to your right heel, straightening out your left leg. Adjust your hips, adjust your breath, and sweeping your left leg behind you to meet your right ankle in an upward facing dog or low cobra. Guide your hips to meet your heels in child's pose. Inhale. And exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right palm in low lunge position. Sweep your hands up towards the sun, opening your heart. Place your hands on the inside of your right foot, sitting back to your left heel, straightening out your right knee, really stretching out your right hamstring. Now slowly draw a line outwards and back so your ankles touch one another, guiding your heart open in an upward facing dog. Guide your hips to heels in child's pose, readjusting your hips and your breath. And hinge forward through tabletop position, left foot on the outside of your left wrist. Fingertips up towards the sun, reach high, opening your heart. Hands to the inside of your left foot, guiding your hips back to your right heel, straightening out your left leg. Really guiding your hips away from your left heel to straighten out your hamstring. And then draw a line backwards so your heels touch one another in upward facing dog. Guide your hips to heels, child's pose. Take a deep breath, a few breath cycles, maybe pause the video if you need to. And then guide yourself through tabletop position to sit onto your heels with your knees bent. If this is uncomfortable, then you could just rest with your feet, your knees straight, but we're moving it to half saddle pose. So you're going to guide your hips to the insides of your feet, lowering your back slowly onto the mat. So there are levels and variations. Place your palms behind you, fingertips facing towards your hips. Maybe that is exactly where you are. Maybe you're even still seated on your ankles, and that is wonderful and beautiful. That is your body. Perhaps you move on to your forearms. Perhaps you move on to your back. Wherever your body is today, it is made by God, and therefore it is perfect. And therefore it is beautiful. It's okay to have goals. It's okay to want to grow deeper into something. So it's okay if you want to maybe get down to the ground, but know that you would want to grow from a place of love already. You already love where you are. That being said, if you'd like to stretch a little bit more, you can place the top of your head on the mat into a sort of saddle fish pose. You can see on the screen, this is what I'm doing. This stretches your heart a bit more, your throat, perhaps even your psoas and your quads. But work kindly, like I said before, work out of a place of love rather than trying to fit into a mold. Slowly guide your forearms onto the mat, pressing into your point of connection, guiding yourself to sit on your hips, stacking your heart on top of your hips. Absolutely beautiful job, whatever you were in. Guide yourself to sit on your heels. And again, if your knees are feeling a bit sensitive, you can straighten out your legs and just place your left hand on the outside of your left knee and twist into your right side. And switch sides. Moving at your own pace now, we're going to move back to our right side. Using your breath to guide you as you twist and switch. Perhaps you go a bit faster or slower in these twists. Place your hands off to the left side, straightening out your knees in front of you. Inhale. Reach your fingertips towards the sun. And as you exhale, reach for your toes if that's possible. Perhaps bend your knees a little bit if that's a little bit more comfortable for you. And just fold forward. Making this a little bit more active, slide your fingertips up your legs, reaching for the sun. Inhale, exhale, fold forward once more. Again, maybe move at your own pace or move with me as we glide our fingertips up our legs, reaching for the sun. Inhale and exhale, fold. Inhale, glide your fingertips up your legs, reaching for the sun. Exhale, fold forward. Slide your fingertips up your legs and into the sun. Inhale, exhale, fold. Sweep your fingertips up toward the sun. Inhale, exhale, fold. Now, perhaps bend your knees. Maybe place a pillow underneath your belly so it touches your thighs, but flex your toes and grab onto your toes. This helps stretch out your IT band, your outer hips, and your feet. So I really want you to make sure that there is a connection between your hands and your feet. Again, bend your knees, place a pillow under your belly and your thighs, however you need to get there. Slowly guide your heart on top of your hips and hug your right knee to your chest. Perhaps you feel a stretch in your right glute already. If not, cross your right ankle over your left thigh and perhaps hook your left elbow onto your right knee, twisting into your right side. With each inhale, grow tall. With each exhale, naturally twist a bit deeper. Slowly untwist, reaching your left hand to the sun, placing your left hand behind you and twist opposite so your right elbow is touching your right knee and you're twisting into your left side. With your right hand, take hold of your right foot, placing the bottom of your foot flush against your left thigh in half butterfly pose. Inhale, reach your hands up towards the sun, and exhale, fold over your left leg. Place your right palm on your right knee and gently twist open into your right side. So we're doing a half butterfly, but we're also adding a bit of an awakening and opening in your right side. So by pressing down into your right hip, we're stretching our right psoas a bit more, our right side, and you will feel this in your right hip as well. Slowly release what you are holding, guiding your heart on top of your hips, hugging your right knee for a moment, and then straightening your right next to your left. Perhaps shaking your knees out a bit, and then hug your left knee into your chest, crossing over your right thigh. Inhale, and exhale, twist into your left side. Again, perhaps taking the hook of your right elbow against your left knee and breathing into this twist. Slowly unravel yourself, placing your right hand near your right hip and your left elbow against your right knee, twisting now into your right side. So just the opposite, just opening into your right side now. With your left hand, take hold of your left foot, placing your bottom of your left foot flush with your right thigh. Inhale, reach your fingertips to the sun, and exhale, fold over your right leg. Place your left palm on your left knee, and again, sort of open into your left side. So you'll feel the stretch again in your hips, your left side, and of course your right hamstring. But instead of this just being a half butterfly, we're inviting a bit of depth and a bit of creativity. Slowly stack your heart on top of your hips, bend both of your knees and hug them in towards your chest. Absolutely beautiful job, you guys. Slowly guide your hands to the mat, fingertips facing towards your glutes. Just taking a breath here before lowering onto your elbows and releasing your heart, your chin up towards the sun. This stretch might seem really subtle to some, and in order to progress that, you want to imagine that your heart is moving away from your shoulders, your hips are grounding into the mat, and you're expanding your whole front body. Tuck your chin to your chest if it wasn't already, and guide yourself to sit cross legged in the middle of your mat. We're going to take a few breaths here. Press the bottoms of your feet together, moving into full butterfly pose. So use the strength of your knees and your quads to guide your knees towards the mat, pressing the bottoms of your feet together. Perhaps place your hands on your knees, placing a bit of pressure on them to guide towards the ground. Either way, fold forward. Release your neck and use the strength of your quads and your hands if they're on your knees to ground your hips as you fold deeper in towards yourself. Slowly stack your heart on top of your hips. Cross your ankles just as we did in the beginning. We're going to end with side stretches. Reach your fingertips towards the sun. Place your right palm or forearm on the ground, reaching your left hand above you, stretching into your right side. Slowly and carefully just switch sides. Slowly stack your heart on top of your hips, placing your hands on your knees with your palms facing up towards the sun. And let me pray for us. God, you have blessed us with such a beautiful day. And it's beautiful because you've made it. It's beautiful because of the opportunities you've provided us today, whether they are blatantly obvious or pretty minute. Today is beautiful because I am here, because you made me here, because you've given me another moment to learn your word, to learn your kindness and your love. Today is beautiful because I can share that kindness and that love with someone else that knows you or maybe doesn't. Today is beautiful because I could shine your light through me onto others and make them feel wanted and loved. Lord, thank you for this moment of movement and stillness. Bless everyone who joined this practice today and fill their day with peace, and let them share that peace with others. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I'll see you soon.